Now that your Ally Armour Laminator is uncrated and assembled, it's time to complete the setup process, starting with installing the heating element. There are a few tools you are going to need. These include a Phillips head screwdriver with a number 2 tip, a Flathead screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a pair of snips, and a pair of gloves. Let's get started.
We're going to install the heating element. So the heating element is shipped in this plastic tube. We're also going to need 2 pipe caps and 2 ceramic end caps. Before I go to take off any of the covers, I always want to make sure that I have my power plug disconnected. So we never want to take off a cover with power connected, always unplug the machine. In order to install the heating element, we're going to have to take off the left and right cover, and we're going to use a Phillips number 2 in order to take off the cover. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the zip tie that's holding our connection on from shipping. I'm going to remove the cover, protecting our end. And I'm also going to use my Phillips screwdriver here to remove this protective cover. Now we're ready, once both sides are removed, to slide in our heater. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the heater from the shipping tube. So we're going to go ahead and open up one of the ends here. So it just pops right off. And we're going to go ahead and slide the heater out. So as I'm inserting the heater into the machine, as I get towards the end, in order to clear the lip, I need to put a flathead screwdriver and just kind of lift it up. And that will get me over the lip now, and now I'll be able to push it all the way through. So once we have inserted the heating element, we have to go ahead and put our rubber gasket back on, and we're going to go ahead and put the ceramic pipe and lock everything together with our ceramic cap. When we put it in, we're going to go so that we're about halfway into this metal end. Our gasket's going to go over, and we're going to slide it in. We're going to line up our 2 holes, and we're going to put our screws back in. Once our rubber gasket is back in place, I'm going to remove our nut and 2 washers. We're going to have 1 washer. Then we're going to have our contact. We're going to have our second washer, followed by our nut. We're going to get that nut hand tightened. And then we can use either an adjustable wrench or a small pliers to secure that nut and making good pressure contact. This connection is done on both sides. So again, washer, contact, washer, nut on both sides. And once we are secure, we're going to go ahead and cover it with our ceramic pipe. And we're going to use our ceramic end to keep our pipe in place. You just twist till it's hand tightened. So once we have completed installing the heater, putting it through the machine, attaching the 2 wires at the end, we're going to go ahead and put our cover back on. When we go ahead and put our cover back on, there's a little groove here, which is going to allow us to hold it in place as we put the screws in. It's going to connect to this little lip, and that will hold it in place so we can start putting the screws back in. So now that we got the heater element installed, we got the covers on, and we have the machine plugged in, we're going to go ahead and turn on the power to the machine, and we're going to go ahead and turn on the heater. So we're going to power on the machine. Once the machine's on, I'm going to go hold down the speed control button for 3 seconds. Once the black highlights my heater icon, I can let go. I turn to the right, and that will turn the heater on. If I wanted to turn the heater off, I turn to the left and put a little line through the icon. Once the line's removed by turning it to the right, I'm going to go ahead and tap it to set. Now that it's set to on. We will now set our heater temperature. I'm going to do that by tapping the speed control once. And now I can go left to right, left to lower, right to raise. And I'm going to set it to the max of 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to let it kind of warm up. So once I set the temperature, I tap it once. And now we're set, and it's going to start to raise the temperature until it hits 140. Anytime that we're adjusting the temperature and increasing it to what we want to do is go ahead and lower our roller down. And we want it to move the roller slowly. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play to have it go. And I'm just going to set my speed to 10, and it's going to slowly keep the roller moving as it warms up. You can see the temperature is going to slowly go to the next degree.
And that's it. Your Ally Armour G164-HA is one step closer to operation. To complete setup, be sure to check out our quick start videos setting up the air compressor and connecting the foot pedal. We've made it easy to get started so you can get back to doing what you do best. Thanks for choosing Ally Armour, your partner in productivity.